What's up, watch friends? Welcome to another episode of Talking Rewind. Welcome to another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. I'm Tony. That's Wacko from the Animaniacs. He's in just about every video, I'm sure. No one says anything about him, but hey, that's okay. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great Friday. It's another episode of Q&A. I think I might have, usually we do the watch ball Q&A, but people are just asking me questions and not so much the watch ball. Watch ball is kind of a pain in the ass. It's a smart ass, and it can be extremely sarcastic and rude even, you know. This is just a fun episode where we have fun. Everyone takes the watch industry so seriously. It's just like, really? I don't understand why, but people do. Anyway, what am I wearing? I am wearing my second favorite watch at the moment, Zenith Pilot El Primero. I bought a new orange strap for it. I had an older orange strap for it, but I like this one with the pattern on it, and just makes the watch pop. I do like it. Super easy to change the strap on this watch because the OEM strap just clips off. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get into the intro and we'll answer some questions. All right, the first question isn't even a question, actually. This just comes from one of my viewers, Harold. He had sent me a question about, if you watched last episodes, his bought a Tudor Black Bay from a shady, I don't know. He took the Tudor to get it serviced and Tudor wouldn't service it. There was something with the watch. He didn't know if it was fake or what the hell was wrong with it. I gave my little input on it. So he did contact the seller, and he says this. Thanks, Tony, for responding to my question. I reached out to the buyer, you mean the seller, and sent him a copy of the paperwork from Tudor, and he refunded my money. I appreciate the advice. I'm going to stick to ADs moving forward. Good call, brother. I'm really super happy that they gave you your money back. You know, it just sucks spending that kind of money on a watch and finding something wrong with it, and it would have really sucked if you would have just had to take the loss on that. So it's good that they stepped up and gave you your money back. AD's best way to go, man. It's the way I always say. That's what I always say. All right. This comes from Jonathan Smith. Happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's my birthday last week or this week. How often do you move watches in your cabinet? How do you go about selling / moving pieces to make room for new wristwatches? Thanks. Just buy more watch boxes, dude. You know. Okay, so I have watches that are in my rotation box that I'm constantly wearing. Once I sort of slow on those or don't wear them anymore, they generally will go move to another box and get periodic wear. And then I have other boxes of watches that I just don't wear at all. And I don't sell. I have sold a lot of watches. Don't get me wrong. I sold my Omega C Master. I sold that Breitling Top Time I bought. Couldn't stand it. I didn't want it in my house. I don't know what was the whole thing. I had a real problem with it. You know what I mean? There's plenty of places that'll buy watches. You know, when you're selling like brands like Omega or Breitling, just be prepared to take a huge, or even Cartier for that matter. Be prepared to take a freaking huge loss. All right. You pay $5,000 for a watch and hoping you'll get 3, and then realize they only offer you like $2,000 or something for it. Be prepared if that's what you want to do to get rid of it. So, so I have. I've sold some watches to Federico, if you know Federico. I've known Federico for years. Used to talk to him on the phone, although I do have issues with some of the things he says. And I don't know. But anyway, but he's bought a few watches from me. I sold him a bunch of, like, some of the ones that just, like Frederic Constant, and I can't even tell you. I actually sold him a Bucherer, a Carl F. Bucherer. I wish I still kept that watch because he convinced me that it wasn't worth anything, and then he bought it for super low dollar and then jacked up the price, and I was just like, dude, really? You had to play me like that? But either way, that's a whole different story. But Jonathan, awesome dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. So, just buy more watch boxes. This comes from I don't know. Can you see that? JJFFFP. Anyway, hey Tony, I have a question for you or your ball. I'm 99% sure I'm buying my first Breitling on Tuesday, which you would have bought it by now. So if you did, congratulations, and I hope you're digging it. I would love to get your opinion on the brand and how the quality compares to Rolex. Thanks, bro. Love the channel. Thank you. Then he's got a couple of douchebag stories, but I'll leave those out. Breitling, compared to Rolex, Rolex all the way, dude. I've only really owned, from what I remember, just one Breitling, and that was the top time. But Rolex, from the OPs up to the Daytonas, day dates, things, everything in their line is consistently really, really good. The quality is amazing. Granted, I know I'm going to get some backlash on that, but the thing is some brands make, their quality control issues, and it may have been made on a day where the guy was sick or wasn't feeling it, and you might get something that's wrong with your watch. It happens. That's why they have warranties, right? But I've found that Rolex, just over the years of having as many as I've had, to be consistent, and the quality is amazing on them. I don't think Breitling. I think Breitling, some of their watches, they're good. And the watches that I've handled, and then the one that I've owned, I wouldn't go out of my way to say that the quality. I've never thought 1 second, oh my God, the quality of this Breitling is amazing. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it either. I didn't have, it's. If you love the watch and you love the brand, then that's all cool, and I'm totally down with that. You know what I mean? The ocean. What's it called? The ocean. Oh my God. You know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, I was thinking about buying one of those anyway, and I loved the quality on that. Was sick, and I just can't remember that. Sorry, man. I know it's the same model that Kelly Slater. They have a model for him. I wouldn't buy the Kelly Slater one, but the Ocean something. Anyway, sorry about that. But I hope you enjoy your Breitling, dude. This one comes from Alfie, aka Ronald Dog, dude. What's up, dude? You seem to be the only YouTuber that says it how it is about Rolex. Yeah, thanks, man. I say it how it is about everything, that whatever it is that I know about. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't have any ulterior motives like a lot of other channels. You know what I mean? It's like, a lot of these YouTubers that sell watches. I mean, of course they're gonna talk, all the hype about the watch. I don't know. I'm kind of off of watching half of these guys. They just kind of make me, sorry, man. I don't have any ulterior motive, and I have nothing to gain. I don't care about the monetary stuff. I mean, the monetization on my channel. There's nothing. I'm not trying to sell anything. I got nothing to fucking lose. Lose my channel? I don't know, or my viewers or whatever. I lost one channel last year after having it for 5 years or whatever. So you just start it again, and that's what you do, right? I'm just kind of ranting a little bit. But I have a question. How do you feel about people saying marketing seems just one of the things they blurt out in anger? Machine made is another. I'm not sure if you have them in the States, but in the UK, McDonald's orders are 95% taken by machine now. Night and day improvement in getting the order correct, although they sadly still employ people who do not understand a cheeseburger needs cheese on it. Right on. Yes, I agree. Cheeseburgers do need cheese, don't they? Marketing doesn't bother me. If someone uses the term marketing, it's just how it's used. You know what I mean? It's how it's phrased, what they're saying. I like, for instance, the term design language. You know what I mean? Seems to be a common one that goes around with every channel, doesn't it? But marketing, to me, when you say marketing, the best marketing, for instance, if you look at Rolex, they have great marketing. They market everything but the watch, and to sell you the watch. But the thing is, what makes them are the people that own them. You know what I mean? And it's the word of mouth. It's the people that own Rolex, and that's why another reason why they're so popular. So any other brand, you have to have a good marketing strategy to get your watch out there, or to make it, what was it back in the day? The cellular phone companies. There was in LA it was Verizon, AT&T, and before it was AT&T was LA Cellular, and then there was Sprint. And Sprint had this really awesome marketing campaign, except their service sucked. So what sold it was their really good marketing campaign. You know what I mean? So so you can get watches. Look at those MVMT pieces of junk that there's probably no more than $2 worth of parts on it, but a lot of YouTubers that sling that watch like it's a real timepiece. You know what I mean? It's just all that marketing. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with marketing. It's just how you're phrasing it when you're saying it, or whatever the other person is saying about how things are marketing or machine made. You know, people just think that, well, Rolex are all automated, machine made. You know, they are also, they do have hands that touch that watch. The machines don't calibrate those watches. A person does. Pretty sure. Unless they came up with some new machine that calibrates them, but yeah, they have to be assembled. There's still a certain amount of hand involvement in that watch. Just like people think, if you go to any other watch company, whether it's Vacheron Constantin, Patek Philippe, they have machines too. You know what I mean? So people have this whole thing. They think that each watch is the dial's carved out. Each one is, the hands are carved out by hand. Everything's all, the case is carved out. No, a lot of these brands also have different case companies that make their cases for them, different bracelets that make their bracelets for them. You know what I mean? It's so that, anyway, marketing, whatever. I always appreciate you, dude. King Reese, dude, what's up, brother? My brother from Hawaii. Yo, Tony, since you're wearing it, I thought I'd ask this question. Which, when I did the video, I was wearing my GMT, the one so anyway. Your GMT is so beautiful and has been a part of you for a while now. But if given the option to purchase for a Batman or Pepsi on any bracelet you wanted, would you make a different decision? Just wanted to know what your thoughts were on a Pepsi version. Thanks for constantly creating for us to watch, my brother. Aloha. Aloha, dude. Love your comments always, dude. And the cookies you sent and the t-shirts you sent, dude, that's just so huge, man. I appreciate it. No, I wouldn't. I got the watch I wanted. When I bought that watch, I wasn't on a list. I didn't wait for it. I think I waited all of 4 days for it. You know what I mean? And that's because one of the owners of Bindi Jewelers, Juan told him that I want a GMT Master 2 with the Jubilee bracelet, you know what I mean? And I had it 4 days later. And if I would have said I wanted a Pepsi, I'm pretty sure I would have got a Pepsi just as quick. So I do like the Pepsi, but I love blue. I love black and blue. I mean, I have a lot more blue in my wardrobe, so to speak. It's just more blue in general. Red, not so much. But having said that, I do like the GMT, the Pepsi, and I even like the colors on the Sprite. I don't like the left hand, left-hand drive. Although I am left-handed and I wear my watch on my right hand, I just prefer to wear right-handed watches or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, dude, I appreciate it. So yeah, GMT, Batgirl. This is from Fire Red 2326. Oh yeah, you're a new viewer, I think. My question is, how old were you when you purchased your first Rolex, and what job did you have? I guess this is more of a Tony question and not a Magic Watch Ball question, and I'm asking because I'm under 30 and work in law enforcement with the hopes of getting a Rolex one day. So just wanted to know your journey with buying your first Rolex. Yeah, man. Law enforcement, right on. I don't know what you do if you're a cop or if you work in the office or what, but either way, congratulations. You're under 30, so I would imagine you're relatively new into law enforcement. And if you're saying you're hoping to get a Rolex soon, I'm still imagining that you're relatively new in law enforcement, or maybe you just have other financial obligations, but yeah, you'll get one. Don't even fret, dude. You're so young. It's crazy. That's awesome. I got my first Rolex, and keep in mind, when I got my first Rolex, it was my last Rolex for a long time. My first Rolex was a Datejust. The Datejust is my favorite model. This is back in, I believe it was 1993. And when I bought it, and what did I do for a living? I was a musician. I mean, I was in the music industry full time. I was touring and playing on records and just having a blast with life, so to speak. But and I think I paid about a little over $2,000 for it. which was a lot for me still. And I had it. There's actually a video from, I think it was like MTV or MTV2, if everyone remembers that, where I was wearing my Rolex and talking about it. Yeah, I got fucking Rolex, brah. You know, long-haired kid. I was a punk. I was 25 maybe. And that watch ended up getting stolen. And it sucked because not only did I not get it back, I got nothing for it. I was like, you know, I moved. We had an earthquake in '94, a big earthquake, a massive earthquake. We lost our house, me and my girlfriend. I moved into a different apartment because a month later I was going to Europe to tour. And so I can't remember when I came, when I came back or whatever the deal was. But anyway, there was workers doing some work in the apartment or whatever, and the watch disappeared. Nothing I can do about it. But yeah, it was a blue dial, Datejust on, God, was it a Jubilee bracelet? I can't remember the bracelet. It was so long ago, dude. But that's what I did. So congrats on you trying to, you know, go ahead and get one. You've got a long way to go. I say not a long way to go to the watch, but you've got a long way to go in your career and life in general. So I wish you the best of luck with everything, and I hope you can get your watch. This comes from Kyle Colby. This is the last one, Kyle Colby. Curious, if you could answer this. With your sister's Submariner, did they relume it, replace the bracelet, bezel, etc., etc.? I know they get serviced by RSC, Rolex Service Center, but how far do they go with the Neo vintage stuff? I'm looking at a Coke GMT $14,000, which to me would be worth it if it's got new everything. Well, first and foremost, man, my little sister can answer that in the comments. I doubt they relumed it. They may have. I mean, they could have. Did they put a new bracelet? I can tell you they did not. I mean, I just know that they wouldn't. It's just they clean the watch up and they service it to make sure it's running properly. Bezel, you know, unless there's something, you know, unless the bezel is really jacked up, they're not going to replace the bezel either. So you're talking about just saying if it's got new everything, you'll buy it. But then what's the point of buying? You know, I don't know. I don't get it, dude. It's serviced, man. It's a watch that'll last you a long time. It's got a warranty and it's serviced. It'll look good, you know. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say, really, with that. I think, you know, putting new stuff on an old watch, you know what I mean? If you had a 1968 Camaro, Chevy Camaro, and you put rims from a 2016 Camaro on it, you know, is it going to look good? I don't know. It might look kind of all right, but, you know, is it authentic? No. Anyway, I appreciate everyone who watches, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, thanks.